phone dropped, but I know that the call has been dropped, and nobody who works for the government, who is official, the county, would ever hang up on an individual.
The phone must have dropped because your phone went dead, Mr. Flash.
Okay.
Are you there?
You had said, yes ma'am, I'm here.
Okay.
And basically, so just so you know, just so we're perfectly clear, and this isn't me ranting and raving going on and on or whatever you think it is. This is me communicating with you very clearly so you understand it crystal clear. I am not a First Amendment auditor. What I am, corrected, described, is a media scholar who has worked on the revenue side of media most of my life and has a project that is trying to make an economically viable business model so local media can exist. Because there are 4 branches of government in a democracy. You might not know this, but there are 4 branches. And no, I'm not crazy. This is actually like I went to the University of Texas. I got a A in all my history classes, and I studied how our government was formed. I probably have just as much legal education as you actually have, believe it or not. Because I do know my rights. Like, in other words, so I took a class called Media Law that explains exactly what I can and can't do as a journalist, even though I'm not a journalist per se, like I'm more on the revenue side and more a scholar and more just an operator. I still understand the law. So when you violate the law and I tell you not to, I'm not a First Amendment auditor. I would prefer you not violate the law. I would prefer, like I said, I make money because people care and like this area, all of this area. And one of the things I'm doing that's a great asset to this area is that people who like Terlingwood, because I'm down in Terlingwood with Steve Dyer touring the mine down there, which can be a realty, you know, Melanie Blackman, he works for her. I'm connected. People call me and I help them. And what happens when I help them is like 7,000 people watch the video. Your little video, 1,000 people watch. I needed it for my security. So basically, when I record myself, the reason I'm recording myself, ma'am, is because you threatened to arrest me twice. And actually 3 times now. And so when I record myself, I am documenting that I have not broken any law. Because if you push that little button, I believe, because you've already violated so many ethical standards, that you would actually lie and say something that wasn't true and mislead the sheriff's deputies to have me falsely arrested, and it's my word against yours. You know what? There should never be a situation where it's my word against yours. And frankly, if you're as honest as me, and if you're as willing and going to act right, who cares if somebody's video recording? Now, a JP court is not a court of record. A courtroom is different from your court offices, by the way. I am not stupid. You can't gaslight me. I understand the law. I've studied this, and I actually re-researched it based on the asinine things you said. I am very aware, and I've spoken with 3 actual attorneys. Dick Clavell, the lady, Liz, she recommended Ison's assistant, but also thinks Ison's a twit, what's her name? Anyway, and my prepaid legal attorneys that I have on standby.
Right.
I have not violated any laws whatsoever. You have to. Because what you can't do is you can't detain a person. You are not a licensed peace officer, ma'am. And only a licensed peace officer can detain people. And so by doing that, you violated the law. And I actually respect the law. I'm the only one on this phone conversation who hasn't violated the law, ma'am. And I'm the only one also, really. You've raised your voice at me. You talk to me like I'm trash. And frankly, also the commissioner's court, just so you know, and I've already told Sheriff Kitchen this, just so that you know privately so that I don't have to embarrass you in court, or not in court, in commissioner's court. Commissioner's court is not court. And you're not the queen there, and the rules of court don't apply. And so it's not a court, it is government proceeding. So if you were to try to tell me I can't record government proceedings, you would be violating the Constitution. Once again, I'm not an auditor. I just happen to know the law, and I really wish you cared about the law as much as me, frankly. That would serve everybody. If something you've chosen to do for a profession, I choose to, one of the things I do for a profession besides media is I do Google Ads, and I'm a certified expert in that. I spend $250,000 a year on Google Ads. If I didn't know everything I could know about Google Ads, I would be shortchanging my employer, and I would be doing a bad job. And I feel like you do not know everything you can about the law. The part where you literally don't. You either don't know, or just don't.
All right, so Mr. Flash, I've allowed you to continue, but now I have people that I actually have to go help. How can I help you? Because I'm gonna have to end this call.
How can I?
You are keeping reasonable and prudent people from doing their business in this court. You may not film in this court, you may not take pictures in this court, and that is posted, it is law, you are in a courtroom. How can I?
Ma'am, that's where you're incorrect. You need to, like I said, learn the law. Your office is not important, number one.
How can I help you, Mr. Flash?
I can do whatever I want. You do not own the courthouse, ma'am. And so when I'm standing in the courthouse, that's not in your office. So even if you say...
You are disrupting normal and prudent business within the court. How can I help you any further?
But ma'am, what you can't do is you can't lie to me. You can't. So I want to know the last thing I want to know, how you can help me, is what the heck email did you send out to documents everybody? And who sent this email to?
I don't know what email you're talking about. I've never sent an email.
Ronnie Dodson asked me, what the heck did you do to Luddity? And he told me straight up, Ronnie Dodson, to my face, told me that Mary Ann Luddity sent an email to not just him, but like every law enforcement person in the Tri-County area saying things about me being a First Amendment auditor. When I'm actually trying to report on government, that characterization
So, Mr. Flash, you're going to have to come up with that proof. I've not emailed anyone about anything about a First Amendment auditor, you or anyone else. I've not...
I seriously trust Ronnie Dodson more than you have, because he hasn't lied and hasn't broken any laws that I know about, which you do on a regular basis, so maybe you texted. I don't know how you communicated this, but I do know that you were the source of the communication, and I do know that it was disparaging towards me. And I would like to stop, number one. Just stop. Stop harassing me. You don't have any right to harass me. You don't have any right to do anything that you're doing to me. You need to leave me alone.
Mr. Flash, you're the one that comes here. You're the one...
You need to get the hell out of the government building that we own if you don't want your damn photo taken, because you're a government employee and we can take your damn picture when you work, lady. You understand? Got it? When you quit court in session, it's not a court of record, you're right. You can submit recording device when court in session. That's a very limited scope, lady. I'm getting sick and tired of your crap.
So, Mr. Flash, your threats are ending up...
Shut the fuck up, bitch, we're done.
Shut the fuck up, bitch, we're done. All right, we're going through. Let me sign a warrant.
Okay.